From Italy today, where Milan took all 3 points against Parma due to a dramatic stoppage time turnaround when there were 2 goals scored past the 90th minute. We also saw Christian Pulisic score a penalty here, but that's by the by. Rafael Leao and Theo Hernandez were both hooked at half-time in this game, and then after the game, all the talk is of the spat on the pitch between Davide Calabria and Sergio Conceicao. There's been a lot of speculation as to what this was over. Gazzetta is saying it's something to do with the players attending a rap concert on Friday night. Right. Some of the players that we did see starting today. Jules, tell us more. What's the latest?
Yeah, I mean, both Calabria, who's the club captain, by the way, let's not forget, he's not a young player from the academy or nobody. He's a very important part of this football club and this team, even if he was not a starter at right back and plays because Emerson Royal got injured and Kyle Walker is just not ready yet. And Sergio Conceicao, obviously, both of them spoke after the game saying, this is all we saw today. Conceicao said they're like my children, and sometimes with children, when they don't have the right attitude for you, then you tell them off. But to see a coach literally going onto the pitch to come to blows with one of his own players, we never see it. Let's be honest. And Stevie was a coach. I don't know if he ever had that kind of situation, but for Conceicao to go on the pitch and trying to get to Calabria to have an explanation with him, his man, and my former teammate when I was playing, Serenama Dembele, who's now Conceicao's assistant, number 1 assistant. And you could see from straight away from the beginning, as soon as the game finished and Sergio Conceicao came onto the pitch, Dembele was following him like his shadow, because he knew he was about to kick off and just wanted to be there to separate him and Calabria. And then the players came in. We saw Theo Hernandez, who got taken off at halftime, by the way. Him and Rafael Leao, massive call that from Conceicao in the game before too, coming and speaking to the manager. It was an absolute mess. It was chaotic. But I guess Milan won, and Conceicao showed the personality that he has, the fire that he has in him, and when he's not happy with something or someone, you know he's going to express it.
As Jules says, Steve, you're not used to seeing that, though.
No.
You're not used to seeing someone who's been a club captain up against your coach at the very end of a game that you've just won in dramatic circumstances.
Well, it's interesting because the most important thing here is they won. That changes the whole thing. And I only ever once had a spat like that, but I waited till I was in the dressing room. You can't go on the field and do that. It just, everything about it looks wrong and it looks bad. But when you win, when so many things that are so big happen at one time, you're taking Theo and Leo off at half time and you end up winning a game, and then you have a spat with your captain as well, even though it's on the field, which normally it's just a complete no-no. You can get away with that when you win the game in the manner they did. Now the narrative is about how everybody loves the club and everybody loves the team and they're getting emotional because they care. That's the narrative. If they had lost this game 3-0, the whole narrative would be completely opposite. It would be chaos. What's going on at this club? The manager's attacking his players on the field. He's bringing the best players off at half-time. This guy's lost it. So the difference in this is the result. The result is the key to it all.
What's amazing is that both Calabria and Conceicao separately blamed it on adrenaline, the adrenaline of the moment. The adrenaline is what made it happen. Look, there's adrenaline, and then there is this. This is obviously not something that it was just about today. This is something that has been building up. This is something that there is a background to it and a backdrop to the story. And so obviously it's more than just the adrenaline and the reaction. This is more of, I got something for you. He's got something for me. And right about now it's about to explode. To Stevie's point, if you want it to explode, if it's going to explode, I'm not saying don't, but do it inside.
Yep.
Do it indoors. And keep it indoors.
We'll probably not find out until there's an autobiography written later, years down the line, but there's been some brilliant speculation over what they were arguing about so far. But Jules, what have you made of the Conceicao era right now?
Well, I think his reaction today shows that frustration, because yes, he had an immediate impact. Remember when they won the Italian Super Cup by beating Juventus in the semi-final and the Inter in the final. Obviously, they were a bit lucky in the semi-final against Juventus, then against Inter in the final. I think it was a much more controlled performance at times. But since then, it's been really high and lows, up and down in everything they do. Even again in this game, they were not good for most of it. They found a way, and it repeats it a lot of the time. We need to have personalities and never give up, and have that kind of mentality where you go until the end and you go and grind out those results. Okay, great. But you are still AC Milan. And you've got players like Pulisic, like Morata up front, like Leao, like Theo Hernandez, like superstars and great players and this and that. And you should be playing better than that. And I know his style is a lot about energy and let's go and let's never stop and let's work so hard, etc. Okay, I get that. And at times you see that already on the team from him. But I think we are in the right to expect better from this team collectively with the ball, football-wise. I mean, not just in the mentality or that garra, that energy and have that kind of mentality. I think we expect to see this team playing better with the players that they have. And Fonseca was maybe was a different manager because of the style he wanted for this team, which was maybe a more sophisticated style, sophisticated style than what Conceicao is used to giving us. But still, by now, I would have expected this team to play a little bit better. It's not the case, but at least they got the win today. And like Stevie said, this is the most important, because I can guarantee you that even with the win, the next few days will be all about that spark between him and Calabria.
Yes, and tomorrow
more importantly, we got La Garra from the French guy.
Garra. Don't
all
even
right.
worry about not